Okay, I love Kevin Feige as a producer, and he seems like a genuinely nice man. He is responsible for a lot of the happiness of my teenage years. But this is by far the dumbest thing that he has ever said. So apparently, like a lot of us predicted, Doctor Strange was going to appear at the end of WandaVision. But Kevin Feige and company decided against it at the last minute. Now, this in itself is fine. They can add or subtract whatever characters they want if they felt that the show was too bloated, if there are too many characters, or if it wouldn't have worked for the plot. Maybe it just didn't make sense for the story they were telling. But no. That's not why they took him out. No. They took Doctor Strange out of WandaVision because he is a white man. I'm not exaggerating, this isn't a joke. Let me read to you the exact quote from Kevin Feige in a recent interview with Rolling Stone. Some people might say, oh, it would have been cool to see Doctor Strange, but that would have taken away from Wanda. We didn't want the end of the show to be commoditized to go to the next movie. Here's the white guy, let me show you how power works. Okay. Couple problems here, Kev. So, you didn't naturally remove Doctor Strange because it wasn't right for the story. No, you removed him because we can't dare to have a white man teaching a woman magic. No, you silly sexists. A man teaching a woman something? How dare you! The Sorcerer Supreme? The strongest and most knowledgeable mage in the known universe helping Wanda? A character who just found out that she's a witch that day? No! We cannot do that, or else we'll all be sent back to the 1930s. Women around the world would immediately get sent back to the kitchen, and there would be utter chaos. Oh my god. I really like Kevin Feige, and I love the MCU, but this is just plain stupid. Straight up ignorant garbage. Unmitigated lunacy. Are you serious? Kevin and everyone at Marvel. You made him a powerful white man. You established him as one of the most powerful and knowledgeable characters in the MCU. And now you are just assuming that if he would have come in and helped Wanda, it would have somehow contributed to the evil sexist patriarchy? No! Why did he have to go there? Why couldn't he have just said that he didn't feel like it was right for the story? Maybe it would have been forced, which it wouldn't have, but maybe he felt that way. But no. He had to point him out as a white man. God, this is so hypocritical. So, white men can't help anybody anymore? No matter if they're qualified or not, according to Feige, the optics of it would have looked bad. Well, what about the Ancient One teaching him magic? She trained him and opened his mind, but it had nothing to do with her sex. Wong taught Strange about the history of magic. It had nothing to do with his race. Mordo trained and helped Doctor Strange, and it had nothing to do with his race. They were more knowledgeable, well-equipped individuals who helped him hone his magic abilities. But now that he's the Sorcerer Supreme, he can't do that for people. All because you think people will just see a white man with power talking down to a woman. Get the f*** out of here with that absolute nonsense. You are the only one looking at race and sex. Nobody would have cared. We actually would have loved it because, guess what? It would have made more sense if he showed up in the finale. He is the Sorcerer Supreme. He can create portals and go through different dimensions. He knows everything about magic. He can sense and feel magic around him, and he has a list of potentially dangerous beings to the planet. But somehow, he couldn't feel the extremely intense, huge reality-altering bubble a few hundred miles from where he lives. This was happening in the state next to him, and he had no idea it was happening. Agatha was drawn to it, but Doctor Strange wasn't? It would have made total sense if he had shown up to help her fix it. His job is literally protecting reality, but the first time reality is being changed on Earth, he's nowhere to be seen. It wouldn't have been fan service for him to show up. It would have made sense for the universe they established. They established these rules, not me. But because he's a white man, he had to be removed. Okay, well, if we're playing by those rules, are we going to retroactively go back and remove what Tony did in Endgame? Why did a white man get to wield the stones and save the universe? Why couldn't Wanda, or Valkyrie, or Shuri do it? Why does Cap get to lift Mjolnir? Why didn't M'Baku or Pepper lift the hammer? Oh yeah, because it made sense for the story. But while we're at it, I guess we'll also have to go back and remove the fight between Doctor Strange and Thanos, right? You know, I wonder why he could take him on. Was it because he was a white male? Of course not! It was because he has the ability to turn into 100 versions of himself, make portals, and turn black holes into butterflies. You have established him as this powerful. You have established these rules of magic. You set up the WandaVision finale for him to show up. So stop making it about race or sex and make it about the quality. Your product made less sense and was of a lesser quality because he didn't show up. So don't give me that bullshit. And another thing, you didn't want the show to be commoditized to lead into the next movie? What? You literally do that in almost every movie you make. Kevin Feige himself even said months ago that we would need to watch the Disney Plus shows in order to fully understand the movies. What a hypocritical and asinine statement. You go out of your way and negatively affect the story to set up characters for future movies all the damn time. Instead of focusing more screen time on Cap and Tony's relationship in Endgame, you go out of your way to show Loki grab the Tesseract so that he could be set up for his own future show. Cap gives Sam the shield in a scene that completely sets up a new show. And even in this show, you create a rip-off White Vision just so he can fly away and be set up for future appearances. You don't think that affected the quality of the show? The fact that a new Vision is made the real Vision's death less meaningful. So don't act like it would have taken away from the core of the show if Doctor Strange showed up. You basically invented the after credit scene. You invented setting up for future projects, so don't give me that horseshit about commoditizing for future movies. And you really have the gall to say that you didn't want Doctor Strange's appearance to take away from Wanda and her story? Really? Let me tell you something. Monica Rambeau's story took away from Wanda. Jimmy Woo took away from Wanda. Darcy took away from Wanda. All of their hijinks outside of the Hex took away from Wanda. The excitement of Pietro showing up took away from Wanda. So saying that him showing up would have taken away from Wanda too much is absolute insanity and a pile of donkey shit. Doctor Strange showing up for 1 or 2 scenes wouldn't have detracted from Wanda any more than taking a whole episode to explain Monica's backstory and how she got sucked into the Hex. Which, by the way, her whole purpose in this show is to set her up for Captain Marvel 2. I really like Monica as a character, but she's only there to get superpowers so that she can appear in future movies. Literally, the thing that you claimed you didn't want to do with Doctor Strange, you did with her. Interesting. Look, Kevin Feige is a smart man, and I respect him. I don't think he's an idiot or a bad guy, but these comments are idiotic. These comments were so ignorant, so wrong-headed, and so mind-boggling that I couldn't help but talk about them. I didn't expect this kind of ignorant rhetoric from him, and it's unfortunate. But I don't hate the man. I don't think he's a horrible person. I just think he said some really, really dumb shit. This is hands down the most idiotic thing that I have ever heard Kevin Feige say. And this is why I'm worried about the future of Marvel. You never know if they're gonna make a decision because it makes sense for the story and they truly believe in it, or if there's an agenda behind it. I don't think many people, if anybody, would have been offended or angry if he showed up. But you had to add the part about race and sex where there was no place for it. And that is the problem. I still have hope for the MCU, but comments like this are making me slowly lose faith. Alright guys, rant over. I really appreciate it if you made it this far into the video. I hope you're staying safe out there, and until next time, peace out.